Hi kids, this is Sarah Gilkerson and I'm here to talk to you today about museums and specimen collecting.
Natural History Museum.
So you may think, why is that relevant to a trip about the Galapagos? But it's actually really important because the Galapagos is an area with extreme amounts of diversity. So that means lots of different really cool plants and animals and insects live there. Very, very awesome. And so scientists who go there to do work want to collect those and send them back to museums so lots of people can enjoy them. And I know that many of you have probably been to museums and really had a fun time seeing all the dinosaur collections, some of the weird crazy animals, or whatever it was. But one thing that's really cool is that you may not realize is that all of those come from scientists doing really exciting field work around the world. Charles Darwin was one of those scientists. In his 5-year-long journey on the Beagle, during his expedition, he collected numerous specimens that he sent back to museums from his home in England. This was really exciting because those museums then take those specimens, and at his time, many of them were things that people had never seen before, which is really exciting. And so they would take those specimens, and sometimes it'd be a completely new species, so they'd have to name them, or maybe whoever had found them had already named them, like Darwin did this for a few of his species. And then they start to catalog them. So what are the traits that that specific species has? What's the general geographic distribution, so where those animals live? And they start to get a sense for what lives where in the world, which is really neat. And it's not something that we usually think about museums doing, but it's actually one of their coolest goals. Now I want to show you guys some of the awesome pictures I got to take when I was an intern at the Smithsonian Museum of Natural History in Washington, D.C. So here we have a picture of a Galapagos tortoise actually, and this specimen is over 200 years old, so it's pretty amazing. Now here we have a picture of the gigantic warehouse where a lot of these specimens are stored. These are all of the mammals. And here we have some of the extinct specimen, like I got to see some of the black-footed ferret pelts that were really cool because while that species is still somewhat alive, there's a few hundred, it's a very different species now. There are a few characteristics that have changed a lot. Here you get to see a really cool picture of one of the biggest blue whale jawbones in the world. Now they have this entire whale at the museum. In this picture you can see the spine. These images are all really cool because this is a place where the specimens are sent and studied and classified. So I really got to enjoy my time there. So why would they want to catalog them, aside from being able to find out when they're a cool new species or when something's a little bit different than another? Well, one reason is because when they had these big collections of animals, they could start to see natural selection and evolution on a small scale taking place, which was really important for scientific researchers and people like Charles Darwin to be able to start to understand the origins of life, which is something that's really exciting and interesting. So this became really important because scientists could start to see sometimes really small changes, sometimes really big changes. They could start to witness extinctions. Certain animals went extinct all over the world throughout the course of human history that we have witnessed. And that was something really interesting for people to start to see, that nature was not set in one specific place and stayed the exact same all the time, which some people thought. So it was really interesting and really cool for people to start to see those changes. So today we can go to a museum and we can see those really exciting cool specimens like dinosaurs and woolly mammoths and crazy sea creatures, and we can also see things that live all over the world still today. So they offer us a place to go and enjoy all the cool crazy animals there and also learn quite a bit about where we live and the world around us, and they're pretty amazing, very cool, and I know for a fact that Charles Darwin loved museums. Thanks kids, and I look forward to my next video with you.